Woo! Let's do it. Huh. Ladies and gentlemen, now introduce it to the mics. I always had the style to pop. 100 on my fist and 100 on my watch.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Dang, thanks for joining the pod. It's new podcast day. We having a good time over here. Make some noise. Thanks for coming back to the pod. Appreciate you guys a lot. And before we jump into things, let's make sure everybody's doing good. Hopefully everybody's family's all right. We got to check the temperature of you Mongolian grill masters. So, hopefully everybody's taken care of, having a great week, and you guys enjoy this podcast. If anybody needs prayer, we're praying for you guys, sending that love out to people. Yeah, man. Y'all remember them grill masters, bro? They be in the back of a Chinese buffet just cooking it up. You take them some short ribs and they over here throwing it on the grill. They cook that shit in 3 minutes, bro. Steam coming off the plate. Cause growing up, my mom used to always take us to like a Chinese buffet type of thing for somebody's birthday, or if we were just really hungry or whatever. So we would go to Chinese buffets all the time. We'd fucking end up exploring the food that's displayed out, the fucking cream cheese wontons or whatever they're called, fucking orange chicken, all that. And then in the back, bro, in the back of the building, you walking through the aisles, you see that fucking big-ass circle grill. You know what I'm saying? Looks like a fucking, it's just a circle in the middle of the fucking, in the middle of the floor plans. And you wouldn't ever see nobody back there until you walk up and ring that bell. You see a little Chinese guy over there sitting on a mop bucket. Or he over there fucking sitting on a box of cabbage. You know what I mean? Smoking a cigarette. Blowing the smoke. He's smoking indoors, but the air vent is sucking up all the cigarette smoke, so it wasn't a problem. And you'd find yourself over there with all this random ingredients. You throw it to him, that fool would just get up real quick, oil up that freaking pan, bro. Oil up that freaking grill. It was getting oiled up. And it wasn't frowned upon back in the day. This was before the Diddy shit. So people were always like oiling up at the max level. Getting that shit hot. Shit was popping in the back. And yeah, man, that's what I remember, the Mongolians. Mongolians going up on a Wednesday. Cause that's what day it is right now. It's what is it, June 17th? It's a Wednesday. I gotta shoot this pod, bro. I wanted to drop something Monday. I attempted to have a guest on, but didn't go as planned. So, we dropping something today, though. Let me check this audio real quick. Hold on. Yo, okay, everything looks fine. Just got to do that real quick, because that shit be pissing me the fuck off, bro. I'll shoot a perfect pod or whatever, just a good time with some friends, and the audio comes out shitty. That shit will get me mad, bro. That shit will get me so mad it make me want to throw a pack of crayons at a colorblind kid. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, everything looks fine. Everything looks all right. Yeah, man, fuck, man. That should be getting me so mad, bro. But, cause I have the time to learn this shit, but I don't want to, bro. I don't want to deal with this fucking audio shit. That shit's lame to me. It's so inconsistent, you know what I mean? It's like one day it's good, the next it's not. But it looks like we're rolling good now. Hopefully. We'll see. I mean, I need to start wearing my headphones again, but I just don't like that shit. That shit looks kind of like whatever. But yeah, man, what were we talking about? Pack of crayons, bro. Remember? Those were like, bro, think about it. Pack of crayons when you were a kid, that was like the gateway to cigarettes, bro. You see kids over here popping that fucking pack open. Hey, let me get that fucking yellow crayon or whatever. You got like 12 of them in a fucking pack, bro. That's the gateway to cigarettes. That's what was going on at elementary school, bro. They were grooming us to have lung cancer and shit like that. To be addicted to fucking tobacco and nicotine, bro. And then you see somebody pull up with those fucking color pencils, bro. You're like, what the fuck are those, bro? But they would draw so nice, right? Them fucking vegetarian fucking crayons or whatever, all skinny and shit like that. Get your fucking vegan shit out of here or whatever. I'm drawing with crayons, making a mess, bro. Smearing shit everywhere. Crayons, Crayolas. This is what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, what's going on with everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a great week. You know, it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. It's been hot, bro. It's been a little hot recently. Summer is coming. It is definitely coming. It's creeping up on us. Shit's so hot, make a fucking front porch garden gnome want to move back to Ireland. You know what I'm talking about? That fucking garden gnome or whatever. I feels like, what the fuck is this? I'm going back to Ireland. You know, it's too hot, and it is, bro. It's been touching like the 90s or whatever. And yeah, bro, you ever these garden gnomes, dog? These motherfucking garden gnomes always looking smiley and peachy and shit like that. You know, you never see a garden gnome in the urban community. You know, all these other garden gnomes are in some nice neighborhood. You know, smiling, just sitting out in the sun. I don't trust anybody who's just sitting out there in the sun smiling. There's nothing to be, peachy about it when it's that hot. You know, if you're not by the beach, it's not fun. It's not a good time. And I know this because I know a couple mailmen, and they outside and they tell me all the time how it's hot. You know, there's nothing nice about it. So that's why I don't trust these motherfucking garden gnomes, bro. They're over here just smiling, making life look like it's too easy. It's on easy mode for them. You know, I want to see some of those urban garden gnomes. You know what I'm saying? Some of those garden gnomes playing fucking blackface. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Fucking garden gnomes who selling narcotics on the corner, talking to a fat chick. You know, chopping it up, trying to get her number for later. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of garden gnomes. Taking it back to Ireland with it. Yeah, man, what's going on with you guys? It's fucking middle of the month. You know, we flying through this calendar year. Things are going smooth, though. This weekend, there was a lot of sports on this weekend. A lot of sports. There was people fucking playing soccer, fucking basketball, fighting. People were fighting. People playing fetch with their fucking dog, bro. I seen it all. I seen all types of sports. But World Cup obviously is the big one right now. Everybody's talking about that fucking World Cup, that FIFA, dog. That motherfucking football, you know what I'm saying? That football you play with your feet, dog. I'm gonna make a couple picks right now. I don't have a sponsorship yet, but these are my picks, right? These are my, what I think is gonna happen with these games, right? So I'm gonna just pick 3 of them. You know, I see Mexico playing South Korea on the 18th. I think Mexico's gonna fucking beat the shit out of South Korea, bro. I'm calling it 17-0, bro. I didn't even know South Korean. I didn't even know they played soccer like that. I thought they were playing that one. It's like tennis, but it's not tennis. You know what sport I'm talking about. I'm not gonna explain it. Who else we got right here? We got Scotland against Morocco. I think Scotland's gonna fucking drag nuts on Morocco, bro. Yeah, they're gonna drag fucking they're gonna make them clean up their room or whatever. So I got Scotland winning that. I'm gonna say 3-1 Scotland. And then we got USA versus Australia, bro. We know who's gonna win, bro. Australia, psych. USA, dog. We up big right now. You know, we walk around with that confidence. We don't give a fuck. You know, we gonna fucking peg Australia, bro. USA for the win. I got USA up. I think they're gonna do the same thing they did the last game, 4-1. So those are my picks. I don't really watch FIFA, so if you guys are gambling, I wouldn't put too much stock in my opinion, but that's just how I feel about it, and I think that's what's going on. Bonus pick, we got Brazil versus Haiti. You know, I think Brazil's gonna go on there and fucking start, trafficking some Haiti kids or whatever. So that's my picks. Brazil's gonna. Actually, I'm gonna take Haiti, bro. I'm gonna go left with it real quick. I'm gonna go left. So I'm gonna say Haiti's gonna win that. Upset alert. Haiti's gonna win. Let's say 3-2 type shit. God, bro. World Cup. God bless the World Cup, bro. God bless it, you know. I think it's time as a country for us to revisit this immigration policy we have. Because there's a lot of good looking Latina women walking around with Mexico jerseys, bro. I'm just saying, they're producing some beautiful women right now. And I think it's something we need to revisit. Because if they're producing this top tier looking women, we gotta do something about this. We gotta let them in. And I get it, we don't gotta let them all in, but let's do like a vet process. You know what I'm saying? Let's do some type of let's check off the box. Some good looking women out there, bro. From South America as well, you know, from all over. There's good looking women. Fuck it up, Portugal or whatever. There's some good looking women out there walking around with different countries jerseys. So and you know, I know Trump's whole thing is like make America great again and shit like that. And I would probably just lob to him like, wouldn't it be great to, you know, wake up to a feisty brown skinned woman who's cussing you out in Spanish and shit like that? You don't even understand what she's saying. She's talking so fast, you can't even understand her. She sounds passionate, though. And then 20 minutes later, she's making you breakfast, handing you a Corona. Doesn't that sound great? That sounds good. So that would be my counter argument, you know. Getting cussed out by a girl in Spanish and you don't know what she's saying? God, those accents, man, I love them. What else is going on? Speaking of Trump, that UFC fight was in front of the White House. Did you guys see that? That shit was crazy, bro. USA is fucking unmatched, bro. We the GOAT out here, bro. We having fucking fights in our front yard, dog. Who you know doing that shit? I thought it was pretty cool, actually. We sent a message to the world like, you want to fuck with us? Bro, we running fucking fades. We running one-on-ones in the front yard, dog. We'll pull up to your little shitty country and choke out your fucking livestock, bro. You know what I'm saying? We like that, bro. We really like that. We'll fucking we'll shoot an eagle out a fighter jet just to fucking peck your eyes out, bro. That's the kind of shit we're on. And we send that message loud and clear, which I thought was pretty cool, you know. I mean, I didn't really read into too much of all the other stuff that was going on. I didn't really even get the chance to watch the fight, but I heard it was a good couple matches out there. So shout out to the fighters. Cause fighting nowadays, like UFC, like we don't have gladiators like back in the Roman days, you know what I'm saying? Like people killing each other, you know, fighting fucking tigers and shit like that. We don't have that, right? Cause it's not humane to have shit like that. We've evolved as a society, right? But UFC, I mean, that's the closest thing we have to gladiators, bro. People walking in this ring, you don't know if they're gonna fucking choke you out and you might die, bro. You might get hit in the temple and you're done, bro. That's it. So, you know, I appreciate fighting a lot. That's a tough gig to get into, bro. You gotta be okay getting your shit kicked. You know what I mean? Getting kicked in the tooth, bro. Getting chinned. You got to be all right with that. And shout out to all the fighters, bro. You got to be brave to walk up in that cage, you know, in front of the fucking White House, bro. That's crazy. Secret services and shit like that. You get knocked out in front of them? Damn. That's a tough gig, bro. But yeah, man, let me think of the White House. I've never been to the White House, but picture the White House real quick. Let me think. There it is. I see it. Abraham Lincoln's in front and all that. I think, yeah, making the fucking White House a little more edgy. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you think of the White House, bro, you think of people with manners and shit like that. You know, people who aren't even real people you would run into. And make it a little more edgy. You know, no one has like a politician outfit they just wear. But we all got a pair of Air Force Ones and some baggy pants. You feel me? Like, we all have that. It's a little more relatable. You know, you see one of these politicians getting pressed in the fucking hallway of the White House. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Just make it more relatable. We can't relate to these politicians, bro. But you throw a couple of Urban Outfitters out there, we can blend in a little bit. So I like that. You know what I'm saying? We running fucking squabbles in the front grass, bro. We don't care who sees, bro. Call the cops. They work for us type shit. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think the next thing they're gonna do, bro, is they're gonna let us light up at the White House, bro. They gonna throw some some Snoop Dogg concert there and people gonna be lighting up. If they do that, bro, USA, stand the fuck up. We're here. We are here breaking boundaries, bro. Times have changed. Really has. You spark up at the White House, bro. Light that shit. Smoke that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. That's what's going on with that. What else did I see? Basketball. I know the Knicks won. Shout out to the Knicks. That's the first time winning in like 52 years or some shit like that. So give it up for New York. Has anybody even checked up on New York, bro? They're probably still partying. It's been a couple days since they won. But they probably still partying, bro. They probably lighting the city up on fire. They tearing shit up still. And they won probably like 10 days ago, and they still partying it up. New York, bro, their fan base is extreme, bro. Like, I'm a Laker fan. I'm an LA fan. We win all the time, so we're not really, we don't over, stimulate when our teams win. We're just used to that. But New York, bro, the first time winning in 50 years, they are going crazy. And, I seen one of those shorts on Instagram or YouTube. And, they're just going wild, bro. They over here beating up Spurs fans. I don't think that's cool, but whatever, I put it on both of them, Don't be in New York, bro, wearing a Spurs jersey. It's common sense. But, at the same time, that's fucked up, right? You can't wear your team's jersey without getting punched, bro. That's how extreme these fans are. I seen one video. This one guy, he was like, yo, I'll give up my son's liver for Brunson, bro. Brunson, here you go. Here's my son's liver. I'm like, damn, bro, you already won. You don't got to do that, bro. You don't got to rush him to ER right now to give up his liver, bro. You already won. You know what I'm saying? I saw some other guys, I'll give my left testicle to Mitch Robinson just so he can get a double-double, extra rebound. I'm like, dog, you already won. You know what I'm saying? The game is over. You guys are still tearing shit up. Lighting buildings on fire and shit like that. Fucking Madani's gonna just tax the billionaires or whatever. Call it the Knicks tax or whatever. So yeah, man, shout out to New York. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. I know that parade's gonna be crazy, bro. They probably gonna get Fat Joe to fucking perform and shit like that. So that's whatever. But I think the real story about the finals, bro, I really think it's we need to talk about Wemby, bro. Wemby, bro, you are 7'8", bro. How the fuck do you lose in the finals? You're like 8 foot. You're like 8'12", bro. How the fuck are you losing in the finals, bro? How can you lose? You don't even. You look like a Stegosaurus Rex, bro, from Jurassic Park, and you losing in the finals, bro. You 11'4", bro. What the fuck? You don't even have to jump to touch the rim. You should be winning every year. Basketball is unlike soccer, you know what I mean? Like, soccer, I feel like that takes skill and all that. And so does basketball, but when you're so tall, bro, no one can block your shot. How are you losing, bro? God, bro. He just looked like a fucking, he looked like a stick figure used to draw. Literally, he looked like a stick figure used to draw, bro. It don't make no sense, bro. You're fucking 12'3", bro. How are you losing in the finals? God, bro. I'm just a little upset because I did bet on the Spurs, bro. So I got to pay my friend. I've been avoiding him. I'll see him when I'll see him. I'll pay him his $5 or whatever. So fuck you, Wemby. What else going on? What else did I see? Oh, we got a new batch of UFO files. You guys see that? And I think the UFO shit's kind of crazy. I think Netanyahu just dropped that shit on us to kind of get our mind off of other stuff going on. Netanyahu. That shit sounds like a fucking internet domain name. You know what I'm saying? Netanyahu. This fool over here fucking sounding like an internet explorer and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm like looking into these UFO things, right? And I want to believe, but it's the same shit we've always seen. You know, the same shit going on, a UFO, somebody recording it on a fucking camera that was made back in 1800s. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Because as a kid, I used to watch those videos, you know, back in the day. Watch videos of UFOs flying around. They look the same. They look the same as they did back in the day. And I'm just like, come on, bro. What's going on? It's not adding up. You telling me all these documentations and files that you got and you never seen one alien? You know what I'm saying? It's just a speck on every file of a what we're supposed to think is a ship. You never came across a ship. You never walked on, like you never was on a walk and you came across a fucking UFO. Never once? Come on, man. I don't believe it. We seen giant squids before we seen aliens. Come on now. I don't see where it's calculated. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these UFOs flying around, you telling me there's never been no alien litter? No aliens just throwing shit out the window? Getting their fucking trash out the window? Pollution? That never happened? You know, he picking up a girl later and he got to clean his UFO out. He never just throw no, like, alien candy wrappers out the window. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. We need more evidence than somebody just saying there's a UFO. You know what I'm saying? You look at some of these fucking videos, it just looks like someone traced their nutsack on a projector. And they telling us that's a UFO. No, that's fucking Greg's fucking nutsacks right there, bro. I don't want to see that no more. I'm past that. So, I thought that shit was kind of crazy. UFO files, you know, they just airing shit out. They're, hey, have some of these. You know, these used to be top secret, but not no more. Here's some UFO files. Extraterrestrial, whatever. So, I mean, it makes sense to believe there's aliens, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't put too much stock, you know, I'm not believing in it, you know what I'm saying? I don't got my faith in that shit, because my faith is in God, big up to him. But, you know, the galaxy's huge, bro. I mean, it's like, it's unlimited, so. I feel like there is some type of other life form. I mean, even if it's a fucking outer space caterpillar, I mean, there's got to be something. It may not be an alien that we're expecting, you know what I'm saying? It's probably not like that mainstream alien, you know what I'm saying? But if there was an alien, I'd probably say it looked like a fucking Wemby, bro, 5'15", bro, whatever the fuck he is. Nah, he probably look like Wemby or Elon Musk, bro. Some shit like that. I don't know. Speaking of Elon Musk, bro, is the first trillionaire in the world, bro. In the world. First trillionaire ever. And say what you want about that guy. Oh, that guy's a robot or whatever. He cloned his children or, you know, whatever they're saying about it. He has autism. He eats dinosaur leg meat or whatever the fuck they're saying about him. Hey, he's a trillionaire. Oh, that's his parents' money or whatever they want to say, dude. Hey, first trillionaire, first in anything is pretty dope. So his journey of entrepreneurship definitely going down as one of the greatest entrepreneurs ever. Probably the greatest, bro. First to touch a trillion, bro. That's some. You know, that's some number that you would just say as a kid. Yo, I got $1 trillion over here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to impress those World Cup freaking Latinas. You know what I'm saying? I see a Latina on the street, bro. Just drive. Like, if I'm driving my car and I see a good looking Latina in a Mexico jersey, bro, I'm driving up on the curb. You know what I'm saying? I'm driving on the curb, bro. I don't care if my hubcap come off. What up with that number, baby? God. Fuck. Yeah, man. So yeah, back to Elon Musk. Yeah, man. His journey to entrepreneur is just like, it's awesome. It's inspiring. And he's talking about SpaceX going to Mars and shit like that. That's his next move. Taking his fucking stuff and putting it on a different planet. You know. And I think he's just trying to do that because he's like E.T. trying to go back home. You know what I'm saying? He might actually be an alien trying to go back to his home planet. I think that's why he's so invested in outer space or whatever. He's like that series Alien on Netflix. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Elon Musk, first trillionaire ever. I think that's pretty dope. What else is going on? What did I do? I went to go visit my cousin last weekend. We tried to shoot a podcast together. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. One thing I have noticed about having like a podcast, right? I like coming back and shooting my solo episodes. It gives me all the freedom in the world. It has its own challenges, don't get me wrong. And I like having the guest on. But it's a lot more responsibility. You gotta set up or whatever. And it's a lot of unknowns. People want to shoot outside or, and they're your guests. So I was always raised like, hey, man, that's your guest, whatever. But it's fun. I like, don't get me wrong, I like having guests on here. It's fun. I enjoy the people, sitting across from someone in a separate seat, getting their point of view of life and what they can share is pretty cool. Everybody's interesting to me. So I do like guest episodes. We're going to have a lot more, but solo episodes, it got that freedom, bro. You got that fucking freedom to talk about Mongolian freaking grill masters. You know what I'm saying? Throwing packs of crayons at a colorblind kid. You got that freedom, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can just do what I want, bro. With no pressure. Haven't researched this person the best that I can, and there's no research on them. Got to come up with questions or whatever. I don't got to do any of that. I just got to sit here and, ramble or whatever. So yeah, man, anyways, I tried to shoot a podcast with my cousin. Didn't work out. So, we'll get him on the pod another time. And, anyways, so we couldn't shoot the pod. I guess it was too late at his apartment complex because we had to shoot outside. Apparently his friend, this is his story. I don't know. I don't believe him, but whatever. I think he just didn't want us in his house because he didn't have time to clean up or whatever. But hey, I get it. I understand. I'm right there with him. Yeah, we had to shoot outside. The story was his friend who's a virgin, he said. I'm like, bro, you guys are 21 and this dude's a virgin, bro? All right, whatever. I could go with that story. All right, cool. He got a girl over or whatever, so he needs his space. I'm all right, cool, whatever. So I'm thinking I might interview him next, kind of see what his experience was like and talk about the deets. But anyways, we try to shoot the video outside, right? And it's past 10, so they're like, hey, bro, public spaces are closed at 10, so we couldn't shoot it. But I was like, whatever, I'm out here, bro. Let's go hang out, Jeremy. Let's go do our thing. Let's go have a good time still. We're here. And this dude, he lives in Lil Tokyo, bro, which I thought was pretty impressive because I lived in LA, but I lived in K-Town, and K-Town's nice too, don't get me wrong. But Lil Tokyo, bro, is like, bro, this dude's spending crazy amount of money just to live there, And it's still LA, so it's like no matter how much money you're paying, you don't escape the ghetto, bro. You don't escape the danger of LA. It's in every corner. Yeah, man, he told me how much he was paying. I felt like a hoe. I was like, oh, my God. I should have been asking him for money this whole time. What the hell? He's paying $4,000 for just rent, bro. That's not even living. That's just the rent, bro. Just somewhere to have your bed at and sleep under a roof to claim that you're not homeless in LA, because everybody's homeless in LA. But that's what it's for. It's to be like, look at me, I'm not homeless. I can afford $4,000. And I was like, damn, bro, you spending $4,000 for this shit? But my cousin, he's smart. My dad calls him the professor and shit like that. And it's because he's really smart dude. This dude had an extra room, rented it out. I'm like, that's pretty smart, Have them go half on rent. And then he also rented a corner of his living room to a foreign exchange kid. You know what I'm saying? He don't know any better, so he's just renting him out the corner. Not even the whole living room, just the corner, bro. And, I was there talking to my cousin. I talk kind of loud, and we're getting together. We're getting a little rowdy, and you just see this foreign exchange Asian kid in the corner, trying to make his bed, trying to sleep. I'm like, it's just him in the corner, though. And you could see everything that he's doing. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. No privacy or anything. It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny because my cousin also has a German Shepherd. So, he's having to share that corner with a fucking German Shepherd that's locked in a kennel or whatever. So I thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, Jeremy, how much are you charging him for the corner, bro? And he's like, 500. I was like, damn, bro, you don't even get the whole living room for 500. You just get that little. He looked like a kid you would put in timeout or whatever. Like, hey, go over there in the corner and think about what you did. You in timeout. That's what he looks like. And yeah, man. So we did that. We walked around. Went to a brewery. We had a good time. It was good catching up with my little cousin. And, you know, he wants to show me around all the restaurants he likes to eat at and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, let's go. You know, I'm game. I've been to LA multiple times, so I kind of knew all the spots he was taking us. But, you know, I'm there for the adventure or whatever. So he's leading the way. And we're walking across the street. And, bro, I'm telling you, Lil Tokyo is a little different, right? I mean, you're paying so much money that even the homeless are expecting more from you, bro. You know, they don't ask for $1, they ask for 10, bro. And we were crossing the street, right? And this fucking homeless guy body shamed me, bro. He was like, oh, all you guys are fat this summer. I'm like, bitch, you know what I mean? Like, who the fuck are you, bro? This isn't fat, bro. This is just being fed, bro. That's what it is. That's the difference. If you were fed, you would look like this, but I was like, what the fuck, bro? What's going on? That's what $4,000 gets you, though, in LA. You know what I mean? What else does it get you? It gets you unlimited access to women who are dressed as if it's Comic-Con every day. You can bring home a freaking anime character. You know what I'm saying? You into Bahugans or whatever like that. You see a woman dressed up like one, you can take her back home and have your own rumble. You know what I'm saying? You know, freaking all different types of sushi, ramen spots and shit like that. So that's what you get for $4,000, and you also get a straight, clear point of view of a Pilates class right across his apartment. I was like, damn, I kind of like this. Hey, this might be worth the $4,000. You telling me they're here every morning at 8 a.m.? Count me in. I'm there. Yeah, man. So that was kind of interesting, right? I just thought it was funny, bro. Like, homeless people don't ask for $1. They ask for, like, hey, can you pump up, you know, can you give me a gallon of gas? I'm like, how? Bro, why don't you just sleep in your car? What? You just sleeping on the street for the love of it. You know what I'm saying? Body shaming me, bro. Calling me fat. He's like, looks like we're all fat this summer. I'm like, bro, this is fed, bro. This isn't fat, bro. This is what happens when you eat every day. So, and I want to feel sorry for them, right? Because I know a couple homeless people myself, and I want to feel bad for them. But, you know, I'm like one move away from being homeless myself, so I don't really have any sympathy. I'm trying to keep I'm like a duck above water, you know what I'm saying? Floating kind of good, but underneath, I'm just fucking kicking it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So, anyways, that went down. What else did I do? Yeah, man. I mean, I think that's kind of all I did. Is that all I did? Yeah, that's kind of all I did, bro. That was my weekend. And that's kind of what we're gonna wrap it up with, I guess, because I don't really have too many other thoughts. What else? Yeah, man, that's kind of all I got for today. And I just wanted to say, shout out to you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great week. Getting this podcast in the middle of the week, so hopefully you guys finish the week strong. And you guys have a great weekend yourself. So next week, we'll make sure to go back to regular schedule as far as dropping podcasts. I'm going to be aiming for Mondays, obviously. Shit comes up. Sometimes I just want to enjoy my weekend, too, and I take that extra day. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, and we'll get together again shortly. I don't know if we're going to have a guest next week. I don't know if it's just me. We'll figure it out, though, and we're going day by day. A lot of stuff's moving in my life, and I'm excited about it. I mentioned it multiple times to you guys that I got a big move coming shortly, and it's coming up. So it's pretty cool to look at the calendar and know that it's going day by day. Because that's the crazy part about this world, bro. You got to keep up or you'll get left, you know? Shit can get left right quick if you let it. So, yeah, man. Keep your hustle on. Keep grinding. And go be a legend, bro. All right, y'all. Deuce.
Let's just dance in slow-mo till we can't dance no more. Let's just dance in slow-mo till we this is slow